Hey guys, what is up? I'm going to be doing the playoffs prediction for the wildcard round. We've made it past the regular season, and we're at the point where it's win or go home. That's where we're at right now. Okay, so first, I'm just gonna tell you how I did during the regular season. Now, I was a little late to the party. I didn't start the predictions until week 5. So you're gonna have to cut me some slack on that. But I have it written down right here. I went 127, 64, and 2. Stupid ties. Oh, and there's no ties in the postseason. You could literally have a game go 5 hours. If now it's not likely, but it could theoretically, do it. That's why in soccer games, if it's tied at the end of the extra time, the two, was it 15-minute halves, then you go to penalty kicks. And, it's like best of 5 or something like that. You kick 5 and whoever has more, or if you're tied at the end of it, then you keep going round by round until you're not tied. So that's what they do there, but I don't think we could do anything like that in football. Maybe like had your kicker go out and just kick field goals, Whoever kicks it the farthest while making it wins the game. I don't know. Okay, 50 yarders, whoever makes the most. Or 55. 55 yarders, whoever makes the most. Now, for a kicker like Baltimore's Justin Tucker, that's like no big deal. But for a kicker, say Adam Vinatieri, who's older, doesn't kick like he used to, then he could struggle. So I don't even know if they would want to do that. But here's what we got. We got Oakland at Houston. And Oakland did fall to the number 5 seed. And Houston won their division, so they get a playoff game at home. And by the way, there's only 4 games, so I'm going to go pretty well into these. So Oakland, Derek Carr is still out. I mean, if he's lucky, he'd be back for the Super Bowl if Oakland were to be in the Super Bowl. So they're going to have to go through the playoffs on their own. No Derek. Well, I mean, he can be a cheerleader or help, but he's not going to be able to play. And their offense, since he's been out, has sucked. I think they scored 33 points while Derek Carr was at quarterback week 16. And then, you know how many more points they scored after that? Big old goose egg. And then they only managed 6 points against the Broncos week 17. So Derek Carr is like the lifeblood of their offense. And Houston, they have a little bit of a quarterback issue because Savage got hurt, and then Osweiler, he actually played somewhat decent while Savage was hurt. So it's going to be a little complicated on what they're going to do. But I think Oakland's going to pull it out. I think they're actually going to win this one because, it's Houston. And even though Oakland doesn't have Derek Carr, like if they did, I would say Houston was 100% the worst team in the playoffs. But Oakland is, like the second worst because they don't have Carr anymore. But I still think Houston's the worst team in the playoffs. So Oakland's going to win. And that game is at 4:35 on Saturday. This coming Saturday, the 7th. I had to think for a minute. Somewhat of a brain fart there. Then you have Detroit, so then you have NFC. Detroit at Seattle. And Detroit at Seattle, I have Seattle winning. And they are in Seattle because Seattle won their division. They are the number 3 seed, with Detroit being number 6. And they could have faced Green Bay if Detroit had won the division instead, but they did not, so Green Bay. Then, I mean, Seattle's had their struggles this season, but I still believe Matthew Stafford's suffering from his dislocated finger, which affects his throwing. And they haven't looked the best this year. They don't really have much of a run game, so I'm going to see Seattle winning this game. Okay, now we're on to Sunday. You have Miami at Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh won their division. Miami's the number 6 seed. They weren't able to beat New England and jump up to number 5. But they would have had to be 5 with Kansas City losing, I believe. I see Pittsburgh winning this. They are a different team than when these teams first faced off. Plus, they were in Miami the first time. So I think Pittsburgh has it. They've really started running the ball more. And yes, it's taken yards away from Ben. It's taken those big plays away. But they've gained consistency. You know, it was like, 3 and outs a few times because they only passed. They became the opposite of Buffalo. Buffalo did everything just running. Pittsburgh passed. But then they said, hey, wait, we have the best running back in the league on our team. Why not use him? So that's what they decided to do. They said, you know what, screw it, we're going to run the ball. And they did. Giants at Packers. So, Green Bay won their division. They're the number 4 seed. They get the playoff game at home. The Giants, their defense has played well. And they're the only... Actually, no. They're not the only team to beat Dallas. They are the only team to beat Dallas when they're playing all their starters. The Eagles beat Dallas. That's again, but then it was Mark Sanchez throwing interceptions and not throwing right, and it's clear Tony's going to be the backup in the playoffs because Dak, if he were to get hurt, and you never want a player to get hurt, but if he were to get hurt, they don't want Sanchez in there. If they have to put Sanchez in, they may as well say, well, good season, no Super Bowl for us. So, I see the Giants winning this. I'm going to have this as a little bit of an upset in my opinion. Like normally I would probably pick Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers has played well. But in my opinion, it's a bit of an upset, and I'm going to pick the Giants. I think the defense is going to rally. Eli's going to target Odell 30 times. He'll catch 25 of them. With anywhere from the whole 2 hands to 1 hand, maybe 2 fingers, or he might just catch it one. He might just catch it 1 finger. Who knows? So he'll probably juggle some football. I don't know. Get married to the kicking net. Even though it's in Lambeau, I think the Giants are actually going to win. I think they have it. The Giants play in cold weather too. They play at MetLife. It's cold there too. So, I mean, if there were a team like Detroit, let's say Detroit had to face Green Bay. You're in an indoor stadium. So going out in the cold, that affects you a little bit. But the Giants, no. Because they play in the cold. They're used to it. And that's it for the wild card. So then the divisional, there's 4. Conference, there's 2. And then you have the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl. So altogether, we have 12 games left, if you count the Pro Bowl. And I'll probably do a prediction for that anyway. That's probably... Oh my god, that's probably the one where I'm going to actually have a losing record. Also, Super Bowl, I could have a losing record. Conference, I'm probably going to have a tied or losing. 1-1 or 0-2. But it's probably going to be more of a 1-1 or 2-0. But these games, there's only 4. So if I get 3 wrong, which 2 weeks ago, 3 wrong, awesome. I went 13-3. 3 wrong, and that's losing. That is a losing week. And I can't have that. Nope. Can't have it. But, the usual, comment below. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Talk to you guys soon. Later.